Hello, beautiful souls. Most have heard of the Mayans from the world-famous calendar that ended in 2012 and what was thought by many to be the end of time. This video will start by outlining the story of the Maya and end with an explanation of the 2012 Mayan prophecy as it was understood by many around the world.
The story of the Maya is a long and complex one, spanning millennia and involving periods of great flourishing, significant transformations, and ultimately the impact of European colonization.
It's crucial to understand that the Maya civilization didn't simply disappear, but rather underwent a series of changes and continues to exist today. Here's a more detailed look. The pre-classic period c. 2000 BCE, 250 CE, the foundations. Early settlements and agriculture. The earliest Maya settlements emerged around 2000 BCE. These were primarily agricultural communities, with the cultivation of maize, beans, and squash forming the basis of their subsistence. Over time, they developed more sophisticated farming techniques. Ceremonial centers. By the middle pre-classic period c. 1000 to 400 BCE, the Maya began constructing ceremonial centers. These sites featured early forms of pyramids and plazas, indicating a developing social hierarchy and religious practices. Emergence of cities. The late pre-classic period c. 400 BCE, 250 CE, witnessed the growth of larger urban centers. Cities like El Mirador and Nakbe in the Maya lowlands and Kaminaljuyu in the highlands became prominent, featuring monumental architecture and early forms of hieroglyphic writing. However, this period also saw a significant collapse in the 1st century CE, with many major cities being abandoned for reasons that are still debated. The classic period c. 250 to 900 CE. The Golden Age. Urban flourishing. This period is considered the height of the Maya civilization. Numerous independent city-states flourished across the Maya lowlands, including Tikal, Palenque, Copan, and Calakmul. These cities boasted impressive stone architecture, including towering temples, elaborate palaces, and ball courts. Intellectual and artistic achievements. The classic Maya made remarkable advancements in various fields. They developed a sophisticated hieroglyphic writing system, a complex understanding of mathematics including the concept of zero, and an intricate calendar system based on precise astronomical observations. Their art, including sculpture, ceramics, and murals, reached a high level of sophistication. Political organization. The Maya political landscape during this time resembled that of ancient Greece, with independent city-states constantly interacting through alliances, trade, and warfare. Each city was typically ruled by a hereditary king, considered a divine intermediary. The terminal classic period c. 800 to 950 CE. The transformation. The collapse of the southern lowlands. Between the late 8th and the end of the 9th centuries, a significant decline and abandonment of major Maya cities in the southern lowlands occurred. This classic Maya collapse is one of the great mysteries of archaeology, and no single explanation is universally accepted. Multiple contributing factors. Scholars suggest a combination of factors likely contributed to this decline, including overpopulation. The growing population may have strained resources. Environmental degradation. Deforestation and soil erosion due to intensive agriculture could have reduced productivity. Warfare. Increased conflict between city-states may have destabilized the region. Drought. Evidence suggests a series of prolonged and severe droughts coincided with the collapse, impacting agriculture and water resources. Shifting trade routes. Changes in economic networks could have weakened the power of the southern cities. Social and political instability. Internal conflicts and the breakdown in traditional power structures may have played a role. Not a complete disappearance. It's crucial to note that the Maya people did not vanish. While the great cities of the southern lowlands were largely abandoned, Maya civilization continued to thrive in other regions, particularly the northern Yucatan Peninsula and the highlands. The post-classic period, c. 950 to 1539 CE. Resilience and adaptation. Rise of northern centers. Cities in the northern Yucatan such as Chichen Itza, Uxmal, and Mayapan rose to prominence. These centers developed new architectural styles and political systems, sometimes showing influences from other Mesoamerican cultures. Highland Maya. Maya groups in the highlands of present-day Guatemala also continued to develop, with significant kingdoms like the Quiche and Cachical. Continued cultural development. Despite the shifts in power, the Maya continued their traditions in agriculture, language, religion, and art. However, there were also changes, such as a possible increase in militarism and a shift in religious focus in some areas. The colonial period, 1539 to 1697 CE. The Spanish conquest. Arrival of the Spanish. The Spanish conquistadors arrived in the early 16th century. Unlike the centralized empires of the Aztecs and Incas, the Maya were organized into numerous independent states, making conquest a protracted and difficult process. Resistance and conquest. Maya groups fiercely resisted Spanish rule for nearly 2 centuries. It wasn't until 1697 that the last independent Maya kingdom, Nodpatan, fell to the Spanish. Impact of colonization. Spanish colonization brought devastating consequences, including disease, forced labor, the suppression of Maya culture and religion, and the loss of ancestral lands. The Maya today. A living culture. Despite centuries of hardship, the Maya people and their culture have survived. Today, millions of Maya descendants live in Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Preservation of traditions. Many Maya communities continue to speak Mayan languages, practice traditional customs, maintain agricultural practices, and hold deep connections to their ancestral lands and spiritual beliefs. Revitalization efforts. There are ongoing efforts to preserve and revitalize Maya languages, traditions, and knowledge, recognizing the enduring legacy of this remarkable civilization. The 2012 Mayan prophecy. The 2012 Mayan prophecy was a widespread belief that cataclysmic or transformative events would occur around December 21, 2012. This date marked the end of a 5,126-year cycle in the Mayan long count calendar, a system of timekeeping used by the ancient Maya civilization. Here's a breakdown of the key aspects. The Mayan long count calendar. This calendar tracks time in cycles, with the end of a major cycle. Misinterpretations. Contrary to popular belief, there is no evidence within ancient Mayan texts or traditions that the end of this calendar cycle signified the end of the world or any impending disaster. Mayan scholars have emphasized that the Maya viewed this as the completion of one era and the beginning of another, a time of renewal and transition, much like an odometer turning over. Doomsday scenarios. The idea of a 2012 apocalypse gained traction through various sources, including New Age interpretations, pseudoscientific claims, and the Internet. Some of the proposed scenarios included galactic alignment. A supposed rare alignment of the Earth, the Sun, and the center of the Milky Way galaxy that was falsely believed to cause catastrophic events.
Astronomers clarified that such alignments are routine and have no impact on Earth.
Solar activity. Concerns that increased solar flares would lead to global catastrophe. While solar activity can affect technology, there was no scientific basis for it causing an apocalypse in 2012. Planet Nibiru, Planet X. The unfounded theory that a hidden planet would collide with Earth. No credible evidence supports the existence of such a planet. Polar shift. claims that Earth's magnetic poles would suddenly reverse, causing massive earthquakes and tsunamis. While the Earth's magnetic field does fluctuate, a rapid polar shift is exceedingly rare and was not predicted for 2012. Maya perspective. Modern Maya people and Mayan scholars have consistently stated that the end-of-the-world predictions were a misrepresentation of their culture and calendar. They viewed December 21, 2012 as the start of a new cycle. Reality. As the date passed without any global catastrophe, the 2012 doomsday predictions were proven false. The event was commemorated in the countries that were part of the Maya civilization: Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, as the beginning of a new era. In essence, the 2012 Mayan prophecy was a misunderstanding of the Mayan calendar system, fueled by various doomsday theories that were not supported by scientific or historical evidence. The end of the long count calendar cycle was meant to be a time of celebration and the start of a new cycle, not the end of the world. In conclusion, what happened to the Maya was not a simple collapse or disappearance. It was a complex historical process involving environmental challenges, internal conflicts, political transformations, and the devastating impact of European colonization. While the great cities of the classic period in the southern lowlands were largely abandoned, Maya civilization persisted and adapted in other regions, and the Maya people continue to thrive today, carrying their rich cultural heritage into the 21st century. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please let us know what you liked most in the comments. Also, please support this channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing. It's totally free. Until next time, beautiful souls.